It's So I usually start these videos with a bit of a how-to. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 ingredients you can make with a pineapple. I'm going to juice half of it. The other half I'm going to use to make shrub, and then I'll infuse the leftovers from the shrub into tequila and make some delicious pineapple tequila. We are going to use all of this pineapple. First off, what you have to do is chop the top and bottom off of the pineapple, and then you want to peel it. You can cut it up first before you peel it, but I like to just run my knife along the edge like this. I'm going to be putting these peels in the fridge for later. We'll use those for the infusion. You might want to save the little fronds for a garnish, but those are just for looks. They don't smell or taste like anything. I juice my pineapple in my standing juicer, which works great. You just have to cut them up into manageable slices. But you could do this with a hand juicer too. You would just need to cut up the pineapple into smaller chunks, and it would take a lot longer. The most efficient is to use one of those electric juicers. I don't have one of those, and I don't want to take up the space in the house for that. If you made pineapple juice all the time, you might think about an electric juicer. So there we go, I got pineapple juice. This did not make a ton of pineapple juice, but it made a sufficient amount for a couple of Pina Coladas, and that's all we're shooting for the moment. Pina Colada! Pina Colada! I made Pina Colada with this for my wife during our quarantine family hangout last week.
Oh my god, Pete, that's delicious. Oh, Pilar is here.
I decided to do it over crushed ice instead of putting it in the blender because there are no rules. You can do what you want. Well, here's what I did. I did 1.5 ounces of rum, 1.5 ounces of pineapple, 1 ounce of cream of coconut. You can see my previous video about making that. And I did 1/2 ounce of Angostura Amaro, which really jazzes this thing up and adds a little thing. I think it tastes great. You could put a little lime in there. There's a lot of recipes online for this. Some people like to put coconut water in. I don't know. Yeah, all good stuff. No rules. The other half of the pineapple, I made pineapple shrub. I will talk a lot more about shrub in the summer. I like to make berry shrubs, raspberry shrub, strawberry, blackberry. I'll talk a lot more about this later. The basic procedure is this. You take your fruit, in this case pineapple, chop it up, put it into a sealable container, cover it with sugar. I shoot for equal weight of sugar and fruit, but usually I go a little under on the sugar. You don't want it to be too sweet. The fruit can only handle so much sugar. I will let this macerate on the counter for 2 days usually, sometimes longer. But for pineapple, about 2 days works really well. And you can see all the juice gets sucked out of the pineapple by the sugar, and you end up with this syrupy pineapple syrup, basically a sweet pineapple syrup. You could actually stop here if that's what you wanted, but I will add vinegar, and that will preserve this syrup basically indefinitely, and it makes a great ingredient in a cocktail. You can just make soda out of it. Shrub and soda water is just a delicious fruity drink. I'm going to add vinegar to this, and normally I would use champagne vinegar, but I don't have any, and going to the store is stressful right now, so I'm going to use this apple cider vinegar that I have in the cabinet, and that'll work fine. I use less cider vinegar than I would other vinegars because it's much stronger than, say, red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar. In those cases, I will shoot for a little less than half the volume of syrup. In this case, I think the cider was about 1/3 the volume of syrup, something along those lines. Great, so now we have pineapple shrub. What are we gonna do with it? Well, you can basically use it as a substitute for pineapple juice, and you know what that means. Pina Colada! So now we get to the very exciting part. We saved our solids when we strained out our pineapple shrub, and we kept the peels from the pineapple when we had juiced it initially. Kept those in the fridge. And we're gonna put all that into a jar with some tequila, and because there's still some flavor in that pineapple and there's some sugar trapped in there, and it's going into this tequila and to make a delicious thing. Now usually I'm not that into fruit infused booze, but I love the idea of using the whole fruit for this and not wasting this sugary pineapple solids that I've got, and this ends up tasting amazing. Now I ran out of tequila briefly, so I topped it off with some rum, and honestly, you could use any spirit that you want, just whatever strikes your fancy that you think would taste good with some pineapple in it. Go ahead and try it. There's no rules. I let this sit for about 2 days, shaking it now and then. You can just taste it as you go and see how you like it, and when you think it's done, then that's when it's done. Then just strain it out and bottle it up, and we can start making some drinks. Now then, you can basically make any tequila drink with this, and it will, add an extra dimension to it, or any pineapple drink, really. But we're gonna just start with a classic, the margarita. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of our pineapple tequila, 3/4 lime, maybe 1/4 ounce of simple to sweeten it up. This tequila is a bit tart. And then I decided to use Angostura Amaro instead of orange liqueur because I'm really into this Amaro right now. It turned out great in our Pina Colada, and there's no rules, and it came out amazingly delicious. I mean, take a look at that. Yeah, babe. 2 pineapple juice drinks that I like. One is the Algonquin, and one is the Motel Pickford. I thought that maybe we should mash them up. Is amazing. Fruity, spicy, nice balance. Highly recommended. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.